Alright guys, and welcome to the final episode of this series and probably my final video on FIFA 14. It's been a good ride, but this is going to be my final episode now. I'm going to do one season only, and whether I get promoted or relegated or just stay in Division 2, I'm not going to do any more. So I've got one season to get promoted and that's it. So I went Liverpool, 4.5 star team, pretty good on the game, and I thought this would be a good team to use. And I scored a great goal to start off with, a really nice goal. Didn't expect it to go in, it sort of swerved away from the keeper. Always nice when you get those types of goals, but as I always do, I sort of switch off a bit and attempt to move with the keeper, and then he sort of reads it and he gets the chip in and makes it 1-1. But after that I kept pressing and pressing, but I couldn't get the shots away, and when Suarez is missing the target, you know that today probably might not be your day. And even then, once again, Coutinho finding the space, getting past the defence, but I couldn't get the goal. But eventually Storage gets so much space, that was awful defending by him, brings the keeper out about 25 yards out of the goal, and all he has to do is take it around him and finish it off, and that makes it 2-1 to me. After that he did get a couple more chances, and I was so bad in defending. I keep switching off when you get a goal after you've been working for a goal, and you finally get it, you do sort of get a bit clumsy. But eventually, once again, I take the lead for the third time in this game. Daniel Sturridge with a nice turn and then a finish. And after that, this was a nice bit of play. I kept passing it around, it was near the end of the game. I knew that he'd dive in, but he kept his shape pretty well. And I just had to work a bit of space, find a bit of skill, and that's what I do. Daniel Sturridge gets the ball, takes it past him, he dives in everywhere. It's one of those goals which is nice to score. You did a lot of passing play, and in the end it's a good finish after a good bit of play. So that was obviously the perfect start. 4-2, 1 win in Division 2. So far I hadn't noticed a massive difference in players. This guy seemed quite good, but he was still beatable. So the next game I went Porto, 3-5-2 as I always do. And it was pretty tight, but in the 28th minute I got the ball with Martinez, just had a shot. And that was a great finish. I love those types of goals where it flies into the opposite corner, just underneath the crossbar. Great finish, and it was quite a tight game at this point because I wasn't that used to Porto. He was quite tight in defence. In the 71st minute, after I was just getting close to winning the game, look what happens. The game disconnects and it's my connection. Couldn't believe it, I had no lag whatsoever, but so typical. When I'm winning in a game in a good position, I get disconnected, and obviously I get the loss, so that means I've now got 1 win and 1 loss. In the next game I do that straight away. I'm Atletico Madrid, he's PSG, and at this moment I think it's all going to go tits up. I've got a disconnection, I've just conceded an early goal. I need to get my focus back, I need to concentrate. And it was quite hard in this game. I couldn't get that chance. I was having a lot of possession, but I was struggling to find that opportunity. And do you believe it? He gets a second goal, and I'm thinking everything's going to fall apart now. I've had a good start. I was about to win a second game, and then I got disconnected, and that's just changed everything. But on the stroke of half time, Diego Costa gets the ball, finds a little bit of space. Wasn't an easy chance, but I do manage to finish it away. And that was just before half time. The perfect reply, really. And after that, I had a lot more chances, a lot more space, but what is that? I mean, I should be doing so much better with that chance. But from the resulting corner, I get the ball. I always usually mess up these short corners. I always find him hard to make a chance out of. But Diego gets the ball and he hits it in the far post. Perfect finish. And 2 good goals have got me back into this game, and I'm a little bit more confident now. Still need that win. And after that, it was KG. Both of us wanted the draw, I think. Well, I wanted the win, he wanted the draw. And eventually, Costa gets the ball. The keeper parries it. Such a bad save. And that was lucky, but I don't care. I was 2-0 down, I've got myself back into 3-2, and then he quit straight away. But that was such a relief. I think that's going to be a turning point for me, because that was a hard game. I just got disconnected. I was 2-0 down, then I won 3-2, and now I've got 2 wins in this in division so far. So I went Man United, not one of the best teams in my opinion. I'm a Man United supporter, so I do like using them, but even then, they're not that useful in the game. And I came up against PSG, and once again I got an early goal against me. Raphael was marking Ibrahimovic. I mean, that's always going to end in a disaster. But Van Persie there with a nice bit of skill. I quite like this goal, and Nani finishing it off with an open goal. Good bit of play there to open up his defence. Then after that, Antonio Valencia is so good on this game. I don't like him in real life, even though I used to like him, but he's just so one-dimensional now. But a nice bit of skill, and then I somehow don't manage to finish it off against the post. But 4 minutes later, the same player, Valencia, gets the shot, and this time it hits the post again, but it goes into the corner this time. He's so good in this game. I would recommend using him if you haven't already. But once again, I keep saying once again, but he just gets an equaliser. I sort of switch off for a bit. I'm expecting him to go down the wing and cross. He cuts inside. It was a good goal, but so clumsy. And then, yeah, you predicted what happens. I bring my keeper out in the corner. I think surely De Gea can reach that ball. He can punch it away, but he doesn't manage to get it somehow. Then Ibrahimovic just getting that goal. But this game was end to end. I mean, this was lucky, but I think I deserved it with the amount of chances I had. Juan Mata there managed to finish enough, and I still want another goal. I've got enough time. Mata again. Perfect turn. I'm surely going to finish this off. Can I finish it? No, I pass it to Fellaini instead. I was a little bit like, oh, is that cheap? But I don't care. I mean, I think wins are important at this point, and that was still a well-worked goal. I mean, it was his fault for defending that badly. And that was a great game. I mean, 4-3 end to end. We both led at some point, and that meant 3 wins and 1 loss. Obviously, the 1 loss was a disconnection. So once again, I wanted to experiment with teams. I went Valencia, always the 3-5-2 formation. I came up against Milan, and for the 4th or 3rd time in a row, I go 1-0 down early on in the game. And as you can see, at 78th minute now, it was such a close game. Really, it was a good game, but not many chances available. I get the equaliser in the 78th minute. Then here, there's a massive load of lag. But you can't really see it that clearly. I couldn't see it at the time that clearly. But Jonas, with a great strike from about 25 yards, that gives me a 2-1 lead in the 85th minute. I mean, there wasn't many highlights in this game, so sorry about that. But it was a bit of a boring game. But another vital win. 2 goals in the last 15 minutes gave me once again another win. I come behind for about the 4th time in a row now. Kept battling out these matches. They were closer. Division 2 was definitely harder than Division 3, 4 or 5, obviously. And I went Holland next game. I had a few requests to go Holland, and I hadn't used them before because I never really liked them that much. I know they've got Van Persie, Schneider, Robben, but I don't really use them that well. But you guessed it, he goes 1-0 up once again after I had a few chances. Somehow Higuain beating the defender in the air, and that was so annoying, but it just happens. And then after that, I score an equaliser. It's like I need like a goal from him for me to score my goal. But then in the 58th minute, he gets clumsy, tries to dribble out the fence. Schneider, using his experience there to get the 2nd goal for me, and once again I've come from 1 goal behind to be 2-1 up. I don't know what he's doing. He just made a mistake to give me a goal, and he does the exact same thing. That means that Van Persie doesn't miss a 1-on-1. It's now 3-1. At this point he starts to get a bit frustrated. He's all over the place, sliding everywhere, and that meant all I had to do was pass to Huntelaar, and that was such an easy finish. And predictably he quits. He had enough. He got the lead, but I just outpowered him in the end. Had enough strength in my game just to get those 4 goals. And so that meant 1 more win. I had 4 games, should have been 5 for the disconnect, but 1 more win is all I needed, 3 points. So I went Arsenal, a team that I don't mind using on this game, but I came up against PSG, not the best opponent. They are half a star higher. And yeah, I mean, you could just write this script. He goes 1 goal in front. It was a bit laggy there, but I kept pressing. I couldn't get through his defence by passing, so I thought, let's just run, and it worked. And once again, I go for the cut back. A bit cheap, but you know, whatever. Sometimes I just need these goals, so I just do whatever I can to get them. And eventually, he opens up. This guy could not defend. He was such a bad defender for Division 2. I couldn't quite believe it. But I get the 2nd goal, and at this point, I'm getting a bit more confident. I'm so close to doing it. But you guessed it. At this point, actually, my TV had a message on it which said it's going to go into standby. So I had to fetch the controller and press a button so the TV didn't go on standby. Because of that, he then scored a goal. My defence stopped because I was looking for my controller or my TV controller. I mean, you can't see it on the screen because it's game capture, which catches my PS4, not my TV. But I reply from that. I get the 3-2 lead, and I think surely now all I've got to do is be careful. I mean, you couldn't write this shit up, but he gets a goal straight after I decide to be more defensive. I mean, what is Szczesny doing there? He doesn't even move his freaking hands. So it ends 3-all after I had gone in the lead 3 times, or 2 times actually. So I think let's go Barcelona. Let's put this game to bed. Let's put the division to bed. But as you can see on the screen, he goes 3-0 up in 13 minutes. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? What is happening? How has he scored 3 goals in 13 minutes? He just outpowered me. He just kept going through my defence, and that defending, partly my fault, partly the computer's fault, and that meant he was 4-0 up before 25 minutes. But I got to go back with Messi to make it 4-1. He then gets a 5th goal. I mean, this game was crazy. I was just so pissed off at this point. I then get another goal to make it 5-2. I get another goal to make it 5-3, and then you guessed it, I get 1 more goal to make it 5-4. At this point in the game, I thought, surely, can I get a 5th goal? So from that kickoff, I just go straight with Messi. I run down past the defence, get through absolutely everyone. In the end, I couldn't make a goal out of the chance, but I was like, surely I'm going to do this. But no, after that, it started to be a bit more crappy. He got a 6th goal in the 90th minute. And that meant I'd lost the game. I was slowly bottling this whole thing. I needed 1 win, and in those 2 games, I couldn't get a single win. I got a draw and a loss. So I thought Wales were the team that would do it for me. They've got Gareth Bale and Ramsey. They're going to outpower anyone who I come up against, and that's exactly what happened. Bale, for the first time in about 7 games, I get the lead instead of losing the 1st goal. And after that, he got a little bit clumsy, and I got a 2-goal lead. For the 3rd time in this series, I put a little cutback goal, but I don't care. I just wanted the win, and I was doing whatever I could to get that win. And it was 4-0 after 65 minutes. This guy, I thought he might quit, but he carried on playing. But I just kept outpowering him, really. I mean, I got a bit lucky here, rebound, goal. But I was so relieved. I thought, surely this title isn't going to get away from me. Surely I'll get promoted. And that's exactly what happened. This game was a thrashing. It was 6-1 in the end. He gets a goal back here. But so many goals in this episode. I mean, my defence has gone to shit in this episode. But luckily, I kept scoring a shit ton of goals. So that meant, at long last, well, I say at long last, it's been pretty easy. I won, well I didn't win the title, but I got promoted, which meant I got to Division 1 using no crosses or free balls. It's been a good ride, I've done it quite comfortably in the end. EA have tried their hardest to disconnect me as much as possible, and I've got a bit unlucky at times, but I'm quite happy with how I did it. Trust me, I'll be looking forward to using crosses and free balls again. You don't realise how much you rely on them, even when you try and play good football. They are necessary to complete an overall game. I'm happy I've completed the series. I'm not very good at completing series, so this is one that I've actually done. Thanks for sticking by if you've been watching it. Hopefully you stay tuned for my FIFA 15 stuff. I will be doing more FIFA 15 videos, of course, when the game comes out. So be sure to keep watching for that. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's been good, and I will see you all next time.